sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. And you are here for the live watch-along for Ennis Brown versus Maxwell for the British and Commonwealth titles. It's all happening. We're straight into round one. And, Maxwell taking centre of the ring already, ready to go. Ennis Brown on his toes, moving around the ring, pretty sturdy. And joining me now, Ender.
Hello.
How you doing? We're already live.
Good.
How are you? Are you all right?
Oh, great. I'm in the dark.
Oh, you're in the dark. Well, here we are. As I say, quite an anticipated fight between Ennis Brown and Maxwell. Ennis Brown, 14 fights, 14 wins, 1 knockout. Sam Maxwell, 15 fights, 15 wins, 11 knockouts. This is quite a fight, isn't it, Ender?
Yeah. It should be, hopefully. Apparently, it was a very good scrap that was on. No comment.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
I doubt he even referencing that, so we should give him the benefit of the doubt. But no,
it's started already, and as I say, Maxwell's taken centre of the ring, sticking behind the jab well. Ennis Brown, a very awkward customer, to be fair, very awkward customer, very slick, sort of gangly individual, sticks behind the jab, but he keeps switching between southpaw and orthodox. He's a real awkward customer, isn't he? But Ender, what's your prediction? We've got the predictions flying in. We've got Chris. Really enjoy your guys' coverage. Thank you very much. Chris. And Maxwell by stoppage. Have you got a particular round, Chris? Let us know. If you're joining us for the first time, hit the subscribe button on JG's Fight Talk on YouTube. And Last Bell Boxing, thank you for joining us, lads. This is my fight of the night, definitely.
Yeah, that's why Joel's covering it.
Yeah, definitely a cracker, this one. We just about made it.
Because I messaged Joel, I said, what time's the fight on at? And he writes, it's brought up to now. Luckily, I'm home.
It's now. Chrissy has put between 7 and 12 for Maxwell by stoppage. Stephen McGurr, evening, guys. Didn't expect this one to be on so early.
No, neither did we.
Last Bell Boxing, Joel and EFB man, both welcome on my show after the final bell. Oh, well, yeah, we'll have a chat and see what's happening. As I say, we've got plenty of stuff on tonight. I've got bare knuckles starting at 11 o'clock as well, so it's all happening. But we're end of round one. Ender, how did you see the first round?
Sorry, I really couldn't tell you how I saw it because I was looking at you and looking at that. But
well, let us know in the comments, people. How did you see the first round?
What I did see, Maxwell looked fairly in control for me. Yeah. But again, because I haven't seen the full fight, I don't want to score that round. But then if I don't score that round, it'll be blank. So I better give it to Maxwell.
Yeah, we're just giving it to Maxwell anyway. But
no, of what I saw, he was the better fighter.
Yeah, Ennis Brown seemed more trying to find that range. He was more on his toes, wasn't he? Moving around a lot more. But Maxwell seemed to get the jab going well early. We've got Chris E again. Think he's got better skill set than Ennis. Lindsay, thanks for joining us. Miss Boxing fan, as we know her.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read the bloody screen at the moment.
But yeah, no, thanks for joining us.
Actually, that makes it worse.
After what happened at the weigh-in, really want Maxwell to knock him out. Yeah, Ennis Brown was a bit of a naughty lad. He was going for it. Final bell of the card. Ennis on points. We've got, not sure Ennis should be showboating already. Not really in the second round. I wouldn't really go for that. And Maxwell looking for that one shot for me. Yeah, And to be fair, when you look at his record, like we were saying, 15 fights, 15 wins, 11 knockouts. He's definitely got the knockouts in his locker there, isn't he? So
yeah, and that's probably, you know, what he's kind of looking towards and aiming for.
yeah. You know, Ennis Brown, he's more that sort of slick boxing style, really awkward southpaw. Hasn't really got many knockouts. I think he's only got the one on his resume. So we're looking at sort of that boxing display from him, really. Stephen McGurr didn't see it at all either, but Ennis Brown looked really square on at times. Wouldn't surprise you if Maxwell KOs him. Hardy case. I like that. Thanks for joining us.
You've got loads of people on tonight, Joel.
Would like to see Maxwell smash him, though. A lot of people are coming out with that. I've actually got Ennis Brown coming on next week, so hopefully he won't get smashed up too much. Showboating at the end of the first, Joel. Yeah, not a great look.
There's
really,
a lot of pulling and dragging now in round 2.
Yeah.
Oh, the ref's called him in. See, you're probably a little bit ahead of me.
I think he's having a word because what point are you up to?
117.
Right, okay. I'm on 55 seconds.
Yeah.
But to be fair, this is usually what happens between the two of us. And then
I'll go ahead later on.
Yeah. Ender will then tell me what the fight result was in about 2 minutes' time.
I was very good last week. I kept my mouth shut.
To be fair, that was very good of you. And then someone wrote in the comments the other day during one of the watch-alongs what happened.
That was the comment.
Tough fight, as both fighters need to win. Maxwell hasn't got time to be hanging around. Yeah, he's in his 30s, so it's a case of it's now or never, a lot of people have said. Don't want to change the subject, but what do we think about Anthony Tomlinson's brother jumping on the ring? It wasn't great, and he jumped on last night and he was swinging for the Mexican. It wasn't... to be fair, it shouldn't happen at all.
That was on the Jobson show.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Or Hobson even.
Yeah, we're making up our own shows now.
Oh.
But Ender, thank you very much for coming on. And before we get into it, we're going to have a little bit of this because now we've got time to do it.
Oh, good.
Are you ready?
So, welcome to JG's Fight Talk. As I say, me and Ender are here in body, whether it's in spirit is a greater thing. I think we're just trying to catch up with it all, to be honest.
I think the early start just took us by surprise.
Disgraceful, him jumping on the ring, sport a great fight. Yeah, there's no need for that sort of thing. You know,
why was the fight not over?
People don't mind, you know, a streaker occasionally, but you know,
I've never seen a streaker in a boxing.
We haven't seen it in the boxing, have we? We've even seen it as far as one did it at the snooker once.
I obviously live a sheltered life. I've only ever... It's mostly at rugby, and it's usually men.
And yeah, I like that. House put a streaker.
That's why they call him the streak. Do you remember that song, Joel?
You get that, but you'd have the there was one at golf once, wasn't there, that ran across the thing and it had an arrow pointing down to his arse saying hole 18.
I think I saw that clip on YouTube or something.
Yeah. But anyway, we're in round 3. And to be fair, going back to round 2, how did people see round 2? Let us know in the comments. I thought Maxwell was it was a very messy round.
It was a very messy round. And they're hard rounds to score when they're so messy.
Yeah. But there was a lot of hanging on. And we've even got it in round 3 here now. You know, there's a lot of hanging on. Ennis Brown kind of hanging on a lot more because I don't think he wants to get in that sort of too close in that zone, does he? That you know, where he can really feel Maxwell's power. So I think he's trying to distance it. Maxwell's coming forward, and then he's having to clinch to try and keep himself to sort of reset, isn't he?
Yeah.
Last bell boxing. How did Arsenal get on today, Joel? Hang on, your comment came off the screen. No
Your
comment.
comment has disappeared.
Put it this way, that was the first knockout of the day. Our horrible round to score. Yeah, it definitely was. It was any power punches landing by either. At the moment, no one's sort of really knocked anyone, really. It's been quite a scrappy fight in the fact that there's a lot of clinching, there's a lot of holding on, but Ennis Brown just landed a nice right hand there.
I hope someone knocks somebody out, because I don't want to score this.
Yeah, it is one of those, I think, to be fair.
Oh my God.
And like Stephen McGurr's just said, glad I'm not a judge. Really messy. These
are the worst fights.
Spot on. Last bell boxing, Ennis starting to look out of his depth. Maxwell, a classier boxer. He looks the more comfortable, the more composed. Ennis Brown seems to be all over the place. But we've seen this before. Me and Ender did one not so long ago. I'm trying to think who it was. Was it an American we watched? Demetrius Andre. And he's exactly the same. That really awkward, goes low. It's like trying to strap a spider into a pram. They're sort of flailing everywhere, and you can't really, it's not doing anything. They're just really awkward. But to me, I give round 3 to Maxwell there. I've given the first 3 to Maxwell.
You have indeed.
He seems the more...
Well, I'll have Maxwell 2-1 up. I'll give the other guy the second round just because I don't believe Maxwell deserves to be 3-0.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Last bell said it. It was Andre versus Williams. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
It was a really awkward one to watch, wasn't it, Ender? You had sort of that brawler coming forward against someone who's a really elusive boxer.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You on payday.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
the best bit of the weekend.
Stephen's put, never mind Arsenal. How did Tyrone get on today, Ender?
I don't care. I'm not from Kerry.
Believe that this is going well. Al, not sure either of them look any good at the moment. Agree, wouldn't want to score this. This is probably one of the first fights we've done, to be fair, where people have found it so awkward to score any round up to the 4th round. It's really... There's taking
so much holding and clinching, and like people said, the power shots are so low. You know that.
There was a good shot there by Maxwell, though. Good right hand landed. But like we say, Ennis Brown working well on the inside at the moment now. But to me, not enough to sort of solidify a lead in a round. So the refs pulled him apart again. Very, very sloppy at the moment. Body shot there by Ennis Brown. Working well on the inside, actually. Landed a couple of good shots. Good uppercuts there, but nothing to worry about. Maxwell just sort of takes them and moves forward again. And this was meant to be fight of the night, Ender.
Yep.
Time for
I
a kick
suppose
off
it
of
was
this
only
one.
fight of the night because it was the most even. Like, in fairness, it was fight night to be an even contest, and it is a very even contest, but they're cancelling each other out is all that's happening.
Yeah, so much, aren't they? According to Boxing, thanks for tuning in. As I say, if you're joining us for the first time, hit the subscribe button on JG's Fight Talk on YouTube. What round? We're currently in round 4, coming up about 35 seconds to go. I don't know what Ender's up to, probably ahead now.
No.
Okay. But yeah, Ennis Brown having a better round here, in my opinion. He's definitely landed some better shots in this one. I don't know how everyone else is seeing it. Write in the comments, let us know. But Al is going, tell you what, I'm going 2-2.
I think I'm going 2-2 at the
Not
end of this
exactly a
round as well,
performance.
to be fair.
Not exactly a performance by either boxer yet to put the division on notice. 100%. If you're Commonwealth and British champion, that's a big honour, and that's normally what launches you into that European sort of level. And it's not happening, is it, Ender?
No, because like I said, they're just kind of, it seems that they're cancelling each other out, and they're very scrappy, you know. It's a very scrappy fight, so no one's taking the bull by the horns. But we're only 4 rounds in, and like you said,
Stephen McGurk's gone 3-1, but it could be any score. I've gone 3-1 to Maxwell.
Yeah, I've gone 2-2.
Yeah, I think, like everyone's saying, I think
But like,
it's
I mean,
one of those
nobody's wrong.
It's going anywhere. It's going anywhere. I think Maxwell puts him out in the later rounds. Bleeding out. I hope that someone does something.
Yeah, but I mean,
this has been an interesting one up to this point, because they seem to just be not really. You wouldn't think the British and Commonwealth are on the line, would you?
I know, like, in fairness, it is just the styles of both fighters, I think, is clashing, and because they're so, you know, close to each other in kind of quality or whatever, I think that's the reason why.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Hopefully things improve as we go along.
Well, as I say, Ennis Brown's gone back behind that jab again. Just sticking behind that jab.
Yeah, Brown feels comfortable behind the jab, whereas Maxwell's the guy that has to bring it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, in the earlier rounds, Maxwell looked the more composed fighter, so now it's starting to swing a little bit.
Yeah, Maxwell scored a nice punch there, actually, but
yeah, good couple of punches. Ennis Brown was on the ropes, but he seems to be a good uppercut there as well, but nothing really that's standing out to win a round, like we were saying at the moment.
Yeah.
It's kind of you have a go, then I'll have a go, and then...
Yeah.
But Maxwell's a very awkward customer to hit, isn't he?
Mm.
He's very, like we were saying, he's sort of bandy-legged, isn't he? He's moving around
but I
the
mean,
whole time.
he throws a punch and then he clinches, you know? He throws 1-2 punches and then it's clinch.
But he's very, very slick, isn't he? He don't stay still at all. Last Bell Boxing has put, this must be what it's like to watch Arsenal, Joel. To be fair, this has probably been better.
Well, I was going to say these fighters are at least putting up some kind of defense.
this is less painful.
And some kind of attack. Like, I mean, everyone was giving out about the Arsenal defence. There was one shot on target.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, back to the boxing.
Yeah. Anyway, Last Bell Boxing, a lot of feinting from Maxwell. Yeah, I would say Ennis Brown seemed to be landing the better shots in this round, though, to be perfectly honest. Maxwell, he needs to use that power. Like we were saying, 11 knockouts in 15 fights. He's got to try and stick to his game plan, but it's very difficult against a guy who's just not going to stand there and trade with you, basically. But, and as I say, Maxwell there, moving really well out the way of those punches at the end. But I'm giving that as an Ennis Brown round. So, there we go. While we're on a break, I think we're going to have a little bit of this.
Welcome to Fight Zone. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the sweet taste of victory. Join the revolution.
You keep fucking telling me to stop.
So welcome back. As I say, JG's Fight Talk, affiliated with Fight Zone. If you sign up to Fight Zone, $4.99 a month, $1.25 a week. It's a bit of a no-brainer. Some great boxing coming up. Obviously got Hannah Rankin coming up in November, doing an all-female card, I believe, as well. That's going to be a great night of boxing. There's some really good talent on there. Make sure when you sign up, affiliate code, JG's Fight Talk in the box. Hit the button. Sorted. Just lets us know that we...
It's written on his box over there.
Yeah, just go for it. Just enjoy it. As I say, we are doing BT Sport tonight, and we are here for Ennis Brown versus Maxwell, British and Commonwealth titles at the moment.
They look to have
Al
up the
has
pace
come
here in
in.
round 6.
He's got Ennis Brown 3-2, but who knows, because it's a poor fight. 100%. It's the points are going either way, really. Last bell boxing, the crowd make a big difference to the BT production. I'm not a fan.
No, you have to say, in all fairness to Eddie Hearn, that guy could polish a turd and he can put on a show and get the crowd going. Whereas, Jesus, some of Warren's cards are as dour.
He made his garden a spectacular, even though you could have Frank Warren taking it to York Hall and it could feel like there should be some sort of tumbleweed going across the floor, even though it's one of the best boxing venues. Eddie just knows, like Ender was saying, how to put on a show. You know, when we watched the Canelo Yildirim one, it was ridiculous. The fireworks went on and his ring walk was about half an hour. Last day boxing, I'm attending Carl Greaves' show in Leicester, also live on Fight Zone. Oh, no, cool. The garden was spectacular, to be fair. Yeah, it was a 3 good...
Eddie can put on a show, like, I mean... In terms of entertainment and showmanship, Eddie will always triumph, you know.
Like, we've got Nathan Haney fighting later. He's got 1,500 fans there, I think.
Yeah, but did you see who his opponent is?
Not a great resume at all.
But apparently the guy he was to fight got injured, and this is the replacement. Yet the guy he was to fight was never, ever named on the card. And I feel sorry for Nathan Haney, and I mostly feel sorry for his fans, because I think Warren's stringing them on a bit. That's just my soapbox. I
thought the cards were a little disappointing, although in the last fight camp, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's it.
But the Matchroom card was class. Oh, was that the last?
Now I'm confused.
Well, put it this way. Leeds coming up, a great card. Liverpool coming up, looks a really good card as well. They're going to be the cards, I think. But we'll have to see what we're paying by then, to be honest. Grand Wizard, tough fight to score. It's a real messy one. It's like I say, me and Ender are normally we're very much pundits for British and Commonwealth titles, aren't we? We like to see those sort of dust ups, if you like. But this is just not doing anything.
It's not catching fire, because it's just their styles seem to cancel each other out a lot.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Nathan Heaney on Last Bell Boxing soon. Apologies for the plug, Joel. No problem at all. Make sure you head over to Last Bell Boxing, hit the subscribe button, check out their content too. Really nice lads. They work hard, so yeah, go with them. But stay with us for live watch log. Next week, proper card. Yeah, great next week. Last Bell Boxing. Sorry, the Matchroom production was class. That's what he meant.
Which one?
For the garden, I think that's what he meant. Liam Smith versus Fowler is a mismatch. We'll get into that. Giving up trying to score this. The point is, I think even the card isn't great. He still seems to put on a better show.
That's my point, Stephen. Yeah. I agree with you completely. Like, Eddie Hearn can turn a weak card into like spectacular, because some of the fights, with the exception of the last fight on the fight card, program. On the last fight card now, what was that called? A fight in his house, right? The last show.
Fight camp.
Fight camp. That's the word.
The fight in his house.
In his gaff. Actually,
I'd love that in lights. I'd love that in lights on the top. There's a fight in my house.
Actually, that's what Frank Warren would call it, the fight in my house. And he'd have like
There's a fight here, a big arrow.
He'd have it written in marker. Like, I mean, Jesus. But apparently that's not Hearn's house, it's his father's house.
Here we go. As I say, we're in round 7. I've got it 3-3, to be honest. I think it's been one of those fights. I am intrigued if this goes to points, how they've scored this. If they've given it a wide margin, I think the judge needs to be pulled aside and they need to have a chat with him. Because
it depends. The judge could be liking what he sees from one boxer, and that's going to...
It's just a very odd one, you know.
Yeah. But, like, with the exception of the last fight on the card, the last fight night wasn't great.
No.
But it was still a show, because that's what... Actually, the fights were over so quickly, he had to put on Sweet Caroline for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, on repeat.
But the last fight made up.
God, good jab there by Maxwell. Hell of a jab. But Ennis Brown trying to get back in. Sorry, Ender. Yeah, just trying to get into this. Ennis Brown now, good 1-2. And he's doing a bit of showboating again, which personally, is that the right thing to do when you don't really know what the card's doing? Last bell boxing has got 4-2 Maxwell for me. Ender, I don't know how you're seeing it. Let us know in the comments.
Well, I had 3-3. I agreed with you. I said 3-3, yeah.
Ryan, thanks for tuning in, Ryan. Sad times when I'd rather watch a YouTuber than a Frank Warren card. Do you know what? I'll take that as a compliment. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.
But isn't that YouTube? Frank Warren has a lot of ones on that one. Didn't he send over Fury Jr., brother?
Cousin.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Well, there we go. We're at the end there. End of round 7. To me, I've got it. I've got it as Ennis Brown.
Yeah.
4-3 on the cards.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think
Brown won that last round.
Yeah, he means the Jake Paul. I'll be covering the Jake Paul one, just to let you know. For my sins, I do sleep, but just not very much.
1988, super. I tell you, 1988's not today or yesterday.
So Stephen McGurr's got 4-3. Who's 4-3 to who, Steve? Just 4-3. It could be anyone's.
I like his style though, 4-3, yeah. Yeah,
we're just 4-3. You decide, people. Yeah, as I say, if you're watching us for the first time,
but
yes,
sure,
we
if
are
it goes
generally...
to 4-4, it doesn't matter who it's 4-3 to now.
Well, exactly. We're generally mad, regardless. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and join our journey of madness. Stephen McGurr has gone Maxwell with a smiley face. You're doing a live watch along for Paul fight. Wow, dedicated fella.
He is.
I don't know if it's that. Bookies currently have Brown ahead. Wow. Okay. What bookies is that? But saying that, I've got Ennis Brown ahead. So it's...
Yeah, so do I. Also me.
Just look at the live odds. Grand Wizard. Yeah. Well, as I say, let us know in the comments, all of you, how you're seeing it.
But I think Maxwell is getting the better of him so far in this round.
Yeah, definitely.
He's picking him off better.
Yeah.
And I say that, and then Brown has a good.
Grand Wizard has put follow the money. Sky Bet does not lie. And Al has put, he has Brown 4-3 as well. It's been a strange one because Maxwell started off really well. He seemed a more composed guy. Seems to be boxing a lot better, but I don't know.
Who's the guy that you have on next week?
Sorry?
Which is the guy you have on next week?
Ennis Brown. With a bit of luck. He was supposed to come on yesterday, but then he just turned around and said, look, I need to go and get some sleep. I was like, fair enough.
Well, that's fair enough if he's fighting today.
Yeah. I thought, how inconsiderate. Sleep, what's that? But yeah, as I say, I'm giving this round 8 to Maxwell so far. He seems, as I say, landed the cleaner shots, but yeah, it's still not majorly convincing by either of them. Good uppercut.
If I give this one to Brown, then I'm going to have...
So the eyes are marking up well on Ennis Brown, though. His left eye's starting to close a little bit there. Maxwell's got a bit of blood sort of around the eye to the nose. But yeah, back to the corners. I give that one to Maxwell. So I've gone back to...
a draw.
Yeah, I'm back to a draw.
So you're 4-all.
Junior, thanks for tuning in, mate. As I say, if you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Joel. This is Ender. And all the way from Ireland. Top guy. Really lovely guy.
People on Twitter are all in favour of Ennis Brown.
Yeah, as I say, you're with us for the first time, hit that subscribe button and check out the rest of the content when we're not doing the live watch-alongs. Junior,
I was going to say, check it out, but not
all in favour of Ennis Brown. Last bell, whilst we are name dropping, I had Paul Smith Jr. on this week. Great bloke. Gave a breakdown on the Smith Fowler fight. Very interesting. Good guest.
Are you just advertising now? Last bell boxing.
I'm not going to name drop, but I've got Maurizio Solomon coming on Tuesday.
Very good.
I'll be honest, I'm struggling to give Maxwell anything. 5-3 to Brown, says Al.
5-3 to Brown as well.
Needs a big fight, Yard does. I think the British fighting public are losing patience, but yesterday he had a bad time out of the ring. I think he needs to pull him. He needs to get back in there because he will just fade away. You know, the likes of Callum Johnson and people like that are now coming back into the mix, and he's really come back with a bang. So
Johnson has a fight arranged now too, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not too far off, and obviously Buatsi the other week as well. Good performance. So you know, it is. But you can easily get forgotten in this game.
You can.
Maxwell is 2/10. If Ennis relax and boxes, he will win on points. Thank you very much for all season finance. It's a bit of a random one. Maxwell 5-3 to Stephen. Stephen never agrees with us.
Is that not what I have, or do I have 5-3?
Don't bother getting Maurizio on. He will only bullshit and avoid tough questions. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Last bell boxing, great guest.
Stop it.
He's going for it. Last bell's going for it. Stephen, talking of Yard, how to use Aussie Callum Smith faring at light heavy. I like Callum Smith. I like Callum Smith. Could be an interesting one. Hang on a second. We're in round 9.
The referee is...
Oh, there was a clash of heads.
Oh, the doctor is up looking at his eye.
That was nasty. The eyes... the eye is pretty bad. Oh, and what a horrible cut. Right above, if I come up close, right here, right across the top of the eyelid.
Yeah.
Such an ugly video. Al, agree, last bell boxing about Yard. He has someone new to help in the corner, I think. A bad clash that. Yeah, Stephen, it wasn't nice at all. Akeem is leading on the bookies 2-1.
Here's a good exchange of punches now.
Ryan, Callum would be a world champ, no doubt.
At light heavyweight.
Yeah. Is that Callum Smith or Callum Johnson? But I assume he's talking Smith.
I presume he's talking Smith, but
Callum Smith will do well at light heavy. He was dead at the weight at super middle.
I think light heavy is actually a very competitive division, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Well, round 9.
God, don't commit, Ender.
That clash could really could have a bad outcome on this fight because it's bleeding quite badly. Ryan's put Smith, of course. Buatsi beats Smith at light heavy for me, says Al. That'd be an interesting fight, actually.
I would like to see that fight. Callum Smith and Joshua Buatsi.
So we shall see. Ennis Brown winning very clearly, in my opinion. Maxwell headhunting too much. I put it this way, I don't think that clash of heads is going to do Maxwell any favours at all, to be honest. Not
Brown
good.
also cut.
Yeah, Brown's got a really nasty cut, I think. I'm not sure. Because they were trying to work on both eyes by the looks of it. But
But I mean, I'm not surprised there's cuts because the fight has been so scrappy.
Yeah. Well, it's all this constant holding. And as they've come together.
Yeah, it's the coming together that causes it. Like,
I'd put Callum in with Bivol. He's the worst.
Yeah, but everyone wants to fight Bivol. Well, I would say Smith.
If Callum Johnson gets active, he's the best light heavy on these shores.
I'd say the WBO champ at light heavy is the weakest. What's his name? The American.
Oh, I know you mean. Yeah. The one that they've been talking about the whole time, haven't they?
He's got a very standard name. And Joe Smith, for some reason, is in my head, but it's not Smith. It's Joe somebody.
It is a Smith.
Is it Joe Smith?
I'm sure the surname's Smith.
But
so we're in round 10 now.
He didn't convincingly win the title. So, obviously...
Smith Jr. Joe Smith Jr.
That's it. Yes. I mean, obviously, that's the one you're going to target because I saw the fight where he won the title and he wasn't convincing. And rather than face, the big Eastern Europeans, that's surely the one you target.
Yeah, but, to be fair, I don't think I'd want to go near Bivol, to be fair. As you say,
Hearn was talking him away from them anyway.
Maxwell seems to be trying to push this round now. It's still very messy. As I say, I wouldn't want to be a judge in this one. It seems to be one of those, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
all over the place.
It's all arms and holding and not enjoyable.
Ennis Brown's eye is definitely the right one looks shut, and to be fair, the left one looks pretty shut as well, which is a bit worrying.
Yeah, but Maxwell is
stopped because of the eyes being shut.
Maxwell is cut up as well, but I'm not surprised with elbows and shoulders and everything and cheeks flying around the place.
Yeah.
Like all them cuts, I doubt they're attributable to a punch. Put it that way.
Well, that's it. I can't really see the fact that I can see that Ennis Brown's eyes are probably due to punches, due to the swelling, because he's been constantly jabbing, hasn't he? And that can cause the swelling. But the cut to Maxwell's eye is nasty. That is a nasty cut.
Oh, that was a bit of a low blow.
So there we go. In the round 10, It's not getting any easier, this one. Not getting any easier at all.
No.
Hard to score. It depends on what the judges are like.
Well, I don't think anyone can.
Boxing and ring generalship.
Yeah, but Brown, I think I have to pull up now because Brown threw a punch there and he left his elbow in there deliberately afterwards, you know. So I wonder what Carl Frampton is saying.
Maxwell's aggression.
You see, that's it. You can go with Maxwell's aggression, or you can go with Brown's ringmanship. Both are equally valid, and that's it. When if judges prefer one thing over the other, that's when you have disagreements over this. But actually, do you know what we haven't seen? A scorecard from any of the.
Do you know why?
And now I've said it. Ennis Brown 97, Maxwell 94.
That's a bit wide, isn't it?
Well, again, if that's what they like, you see.
I've got Ennis Brown. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That being said, I had Brown 2 up before that round, and I didn't give that round to anyone in particular.
I've got 6 rounds to 4. Ennis Brown. Like Junior here, Ennis Brown's style is very effective at this level, but against better fighters, I'm not sold. I do like Carl Frampton and Richie Woodall as pundits, but not Steve Bunce. What time is Maxwell's fight? It's actually on now.
It's right now.
Yeah, we're doing the live watch along. We're not making it up. Dan, 5 to win, 5 to 2 win. Bookies now in favour of Brown. Okay. Is it at 9? No, it's on now.
It was brought forward.
Al is 7-3 Brown. That's quite a. I've got 6-4 Brown. So yeah, not too much difference.
Yeah, and I
TS Films has put yeah. Honestly, mate, we thought it was coming on later as well, and they literally shoved it on early. But yeah, as I say, if you are joining us for the first time, as I say, sorry, I was just watching that. Yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Like Al said, you haven't missed much, mate, and honestly, you haven't. It's been a real scrappy affair. A lot of holding, clash of the heads. Maxwell's left eye is a car crash, isn't it, Ender?
Yeah, like if you're just watching the round you're watching now, that's very atypical of the fight so far. I mean, that's what every other round's been like.
The thing is, the first round or two, kind of, it did. We thought, he's picking up. You know, the pace was good in the first 2 rounds, and then all of a sudden, it just went into some sort of mess, didn't it?
I even think in the first 2 rounds there was no flow to it. You know, it's so bitty.
Someone's put Ryan's put give them both an L. Ryan, I think if you could, to be fair, they might even stick a D next to both of them, and that's not for dunce either. They put it on early as BT want this garbage off the channel. No way, Frank getting a new contract. I've heard that DAZN are buying BT Sport.
Well, whatever's happening, I can't see BT renewing Frank Warren's contract because, as far as I heard, BT are getting out of the boxing game.
Well, we shall see. Are they going to focus more on the football?
Well, MMA, I think, is their kind of
and they've got the WWE as well.
Oh yes.
11. To be fair, I'm going to give it to Maxwell.
Yeah, 6-5.
Either way, really. It's one of them fights where either fighter could be up by 2 rounds, 100%. Last bell boxing. The fight is that bad. The Stoke fans are already signing. Hang on. I agree, Ryan. Last fight I seen this good was Johnny Nelson versus Carlos de Leon. Most of you probably won't remember it. Junior, on Twitter, the scorecards are either 7-3 Brown or 8-2 Brown. Blimey.
That's very wide.
Frank is done in this era. I'll say that again, as that came out completely wrong. Volts UK, Frank is done in this era. What would DAZN want with BT? Well, I suppose they're just buying out the competition. And they could probably, I don't know. I just heard a rumour. Al, 7-4 to Brown.
Are you Bananarama?
Last bell boxing, singing. Sorry, mate. Oh, right, I see. Rather than signing.
Joel.
Sorry?
Are you Bananarama now?
What's that?
I heard a rumour.
Oh, dear. Anyway, Ryan, when you see this type of boxing, you see why people turn to MMA. Yeah, totally get it. Sal and Brothers, the only competition for Hearn. And Volts UK, I heard DAZN leaving America.
If Eddie can't get his foothold in America, probably will, but no, I can't. Like, he's trying his desperate best to do it.
Go on, Maxwell's going for it in round 12 here. Sorry, Ender. Throwing the punches, they're both going for it here, but the head clashing is terrible. Last bell boxing, Ender, your pundit work is better than your jokes.
Okay.
That's
well,
a compliment.
Not as good as your shilling, anyway.
We'll still take it as a compliment. But this is scrappy. 1 minute to go. Very scrappy in round 12 here. And the heads are all over the place. Maxwell's eye is awful. Ennis Brown can't even see.
Yeah. But I'm looking at the referee's shirt, and he's staying well back. It's covered in sweat, but it's just sweat. There's no blood.
Yeah, it's not been a good one. Jacob, who is winning in your eyes? I've got Ennis Brown, to be honest.
One round up.
Like we're saying, it could go either way. It's been really sloppy. Yeah. For a British and Commonwealth title, you would think these two, the way they were talking it up as well, it's been disappointing. I'm scared for Tommy Fury for tomorrow, says Junior. We'll see. I'll be up, so biggest cheer of the night will be when the final bell rings.
There it is. There is the final bell.
And last bell boxing could well be a draw, this, the way it ended up.
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
What's the main event for tonight? Someone has put.
It's
Is it Woodstock?
That's the one. Woodstock.
Yeah.
Wasn't he
Leon, isn't it?
Yeah, but wasn't Woodstock
well, this originally was the main event. Originally, this was down as the main event. This was
No, it never was.
It was.
It wasn't.
It was posted up as the main event everywhere. Oh. And then all of a sudden they said it's not now. And it's like, oh, okay. Al, just quickly, 7-5 to Brown. Any links for a free stream? Unfortunately, Joe, we don't. It's on BT Sport Live. But yeah, we don't have any live stream free streams on here. Who really gives a about the Commonwealth title? British ain't as it used to be also. It does feel that way sometimes. I think it depends on the division. Yeah, that's the main event. Thank you very much, Stephen.
It's all about the Irish and Celtic titles, isn't it, Ryan?
Ryan, wow. Woodstock main event. Frank has some stable. Ouch. Last bell boxing. Looking confident. Maxwell. Ender, did you want to go off scorecards? Do you want to go to scorecards? Ender's going to have a listen to those. And come back. He's usually pretty quick with a pen and paper to write them down. If not, he generally... one time he came back with one judge. Which was brilliant. But we knew he'd won that one. This is weird, this fight. 5-1 win now in bookies in favour of Brown. Looking confident, Maxwell. No links. They get your channel flagged. Yeah, we don't have any links. Anthony Yard should fight better competition if he's looking to fight Lyndon Arthur in a rematch, because last time he got beat by a jab. 100%. 100%. Stephen McGurr, this will be interesting. Yeah, Ender's having a listen now. As I say, let us know in the comments who you think has won. Chuck it in the comments now. I've got it. Hang on a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got it. 7 rounds to 5 for Brown. Last bell boxing, here we go. Yeah, we shall find out. As I say, don't write anything in the comments at the moment. If you are slightly ahead, we'll announce it on here, because sometimes we are behind. Wow. And Al's written it in the comments and then put, I'm sorry. That's okay. Ender's going to come back with the point scoring. Put it this way, it's an interesting one. And I reckon we'll see it all on Ender's face in a minute. Lions in the camp, more like cubs. Maybe one of the worst trainers in boxing. Last bell's put, I am ahead. And Ender, give us a score.
Hello. I think you know who won, Maxwell. 116 to 113 on 2 judges' cards, and the other judge had it 115 to 114. So there you go.
Yeah, so there we go.
And by the way, just to pull you up on, I only got 1 score. That's because they just called out all 3 judges and said it was the same score. But you talked over the start of it, and I missed that. So don't you fucking... That was your fault. But it turned out why it was because all 3 scores were the same.
But to be fair, we knew at the end of that fight, didn't we, who had won it. We just wanted to know what the scores were with the judges. Ryan has put, you know who Frank wanted to win with them cards?
Oh, yeah.
Well, to be fair, I think they were saying, weren't they? Someone was saying in the comments, you look at the bookies, Sky Bet had Ennis Brown. Everyone on Twitter, pretty much the majority, were going with Ennis Brown. And some of them, when it was up to 10 rounds, weren't they 8-2 up on the cards for Ennis Brown? So here we go.
Anyway. 8-2 was very
wide. Congratulations to Sam Maxwell.
But I mean, I could definitely see the reasons for giving it to Sam Maxwell. I could see the reasons for giving it to Ennis Brown.
Jake just jumped in. Sam Maxwell has just won, so he's the new British and Commonwealth champion. So he goes to 16 fights, 16 wins, sticking with 11 knockouts. Congratulations to Sam Maxwell. Hopefully there's no long-lasting damage with the cut, because that is a nasty cut. Hopefully, we can say Akeem Ennis Brown is okay as well. His eyes were badly shut. Let's just hope both of them come back. Ender, the big question, I'll stick it into the comments as well. I think I know what's coming anyway. Rematch. Do you think it will happen?
They could have one. I don't know who'd go and watch it.
Would you?
No.
So ours, but apart from the last couple of rounds, didn't really see Maxwell do anything. Well, on mine.
But you see, the thing was...
If I show it on here, that's how I had it. So I had Maxwell taking the first 3.
And I did too, so...
And then Ennis Brown took the next
4.
then Maxwell, then Ennis Brown took 2, Maxwell, and then Ennis Brown for the last one. So, to me,
Well, I had it 6 rounds all.
Ennis Brown really dominated those middle rounds, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, but to start well and finish well is always...
Exactly. Gobstopper eyes need to get out of boxing. He's finished. He walks with fury to ring like he still has a say. Well, fair enough.
Yeah, but that's because
Steve
you can't
Bunce,
have the real
Ennis
person
Brown.
who's behind him because he is an international drug cartel leader. So
Anyway,
Frank Gore is just a front.
Steve Bunce thinks Ennis Brown won, so Maxwell must have won.
Well, that's true.
I like that.
Yeah, well,
Fight pick predictions. Ennis just got robbed.
Well, I wouldn't call it a robbery.
Bunce just said he enjoyed it. Says it all. Well, let's be honest. I don't think he was watching it. Anyway, Ender, thank you very much for joining me.
Are you doing any more of the BT card?
I think I'm ready for bed after that. But
okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a shout straight after this one. So you might see me and Ender again, or we might decide that
keep fucking hanging
tonight. Boxing is a joke. Maxwell didn't win that absurd. 4 rounds at most. Ennis Brown seems a twat, so not bothered for him. But that was wrong. Fair enough, mate. Fair dues. Dan says he was robbed. Who won? Sam Maxwell won on points, unanimous decision. His new British and Commonwealth champion. And Stevens put cheers, guys. No, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Really good in the comments this evening. If you've joined us for the first time, hit the subscribe button on JG Swipe Talk on YouTube.
And we might be back.
We might be back. We'll see you soon. Ender, thank you very much. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Are you